Hey everyone, it's me, Stagger. So, I got some good news, and unfortunately some bad news. But the good news outweighs the bad news, and the bad news isn't really something that's like super stressful. So to celebrate, I got myself a non-alcoholic milkshake. Once you're able to drink alcohol, you'll learn how great alcoholic milkshakes are. Anyway, the reason why it's non-alcoholic is because I got myself a full-time job again, and they require you not to drink any alcohol in the process. And yeah, so that's why I got non-alcoholic milkshake. Oh yeah, that's right, I also got some straws here. Anyway, so yesterday was my last day at work, or at my old job. It was supposed to be until the 27th, but get this. Hold on. But get this, if you can see it clearly. Okay, so yesterday was the 19th, and then they gave me 7 days off until my last day. I'm like, forget that noise. I'm not gonna bother showing up if that's what's required of me to quit this job. So anyway, the full-time job is actually my old job when I worked from 4 to 1. However, some changes have been made so that way it's now 2 to 1. Or sorry, 2 to 11. So in other words, while I will be working so in other words, it's my same job, but there were some tweaks that came with the job. And I will be learning about those tweaks, but luckily for me though, it's not really too different, and it's something that I'm not used to. And in fact, it was kind of a miracle that I even got the job in the first place, mainly because by fate I actually encountered my boss, my old boss, and he said he'll do whatever he can to get me hired again. And so, yeah, I'm very happy about that. He really pulled through in the end, and I'm excited to actually work with people again. When I worked for, well, I already mentioned in my old update video, but when I worked for Kroger, basically the only person I get to truly interact with was a whiteboard. And, you know, whiteboards aren't necessarily very talkative. They will tell you your directive and what you did wrong, but that's all that they do. They don't even do their job. Unless that is their primary job, but beyond that, that's not really someone I can really communicate with or talk to or anything. A whiteboard just gives you directives. This job, on the other hand, will actually tell me, we'll actually have people, we'll have daily meetings, and overall I get to work in a team again, and that is something I desperately need. Plus full-time hours, the pay is actually pretty juicy. So here's the thing though. It is a full-time job, which I'm very happy about. However, I feel like I'm going to need some time to get readjusted and reacquainted with the job. So this means for the first 2 months, I will not be very active on YouTube. Because first of all, it's like I mentioned before, it's a very active job, and second of all, it's a full-time job, so I need to be reacquainted with doing those in a routine again. That is good news though, that is a routine. But another thing is that since it's starting late September, this means that my very first paycheck will be around October. And the first paycheck typically doesn't really count because it's always going to be a very small paycheck. My second paycheck will be a little bit more, but more than likely just not as great as it would be if I were to get the third paycheck. So basically, for the first month, since I'm getting paid bi-weekly instead of weekly, I will be, for the first month, I basically need to regather my finances. The second month, it will be November, so I will be gathering my finances and also buying Christmas gifts. But, and then of course December, Christmas is around, my brother's birthday is around, so I will be doing a bit. So basically, I will be doing a little bit of traveling, and also a little bit of exploration and a bit more spending. Then on July, I'm planning on moving out, but there's a chance I may have to move out with a roommate. It all depends on my financial situation and if he's okay with it. Now, for those who've actually seen my videos beforehand, or a long time ago, where basically I mentioned how my roommate tried to kill me one time. Well, I forgot to mention, around December, I'm really hoping to get myself a gun. So in case if my roommate were to go crazy again, then at least I have a way to defend myself other than talking my way out of things like I did last time. He got my shoulder. He got my right shoulder, and there wasn't enough evidence to convict him of him trying to kill me. I'm just glad he was a complete idiot, or else I wouldn't have survived that attack. But yeah, but anyway, if I have a gun, I can at least defend myself, and maybe he could even think less likely to try to, you know, grab a knife or a sword or even his own gun and try to kill me that way. It still scars me to this day that that happened. But whatever the case is, I may have to live with a roommate, and I do not want to live with them for the maximum, or at maximum, I only want to stay with them for 6 months. If I could do that lower, or if I could just completely skip that entirely, then then that's great, because then that will mean less delay of uploading videos. Now that I'm saying that out loud, I realize I'm taking YouTube seriously again, am I? But I guess this is the hobby I'm most passionate about. Forget linguistics. But anyway, so one of the things I said in the first update video of 2018 was that I had a backlog of videos. I have not uploaded a single backlog video. And I think that might be a good project to go off of while I'm getting used to my current job and gathering my finances. This way I'm not spending as much money, and I'm not going to be exerting myself trying to get high quality content in a certain amount of time. So basically, all in all, the important thing is that, well, actually, yeah. Basically, the main point of this update is to announce that while I won't be uploading any major videos, I will be uploading some videos that are from like 2017 or even before that time. But so yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll be seeing ya. Also, the biggest point of this video is just to announce I have a full-time job. Really, everything else didn't really matter in the end. I'm free from the shackles of part-time. I'm free from the shackles of Kroger, for goodness sake. It's not a stable job. Never apply for Kroger. Ever. Okay? Just take my advice.